What is up, everybody? Ben the Pug here, and today for you guys, I'm going to be going over the best settings this season and a few warm-ups. So let's get into it. So once you load up your settings, if you're on computer, I do recommend going to your video settings, like the first one ever, and go to your display settings. And then, turn the window mode onto full screen if you want good FPS. And then you can match this to whatever resolution you want to. And then you always want to have this off. Like, this is going to like ruin your frames. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it looks good. You can put your FPS to unlimited if you have like a good computer or something. But I would recommend matching the hertz your monitor runs and just buff it up by 1. And then rendering mode, you can set this to whatever. I recommend performance mode. I don't know why mine's on DirectX 11, but we'll just go with it. The brightness, personal choice, whatever you want. User interface contrast, this just makes it where it's just high contrast and stuff. Now for the colorblind mode, there's a lot of like streamers out there that use this stuff. It really just makes it like buff your FPS or whatever. And probably one of my favorites is this one, and put the colorblind straight to 5 like the normal one. And then motion blur, you always want to turn this off. It makes it look terrible and your FPS just drops bad. Now, you can, if you're playing like on a laptop and it's not that good, I'd recommend turning this down to like maybe like 50 something. I mean, just to show you what it looks like. Now, what it looks like is it's kind of blurry, but it's really gonna help you like with some FPS. So if you're on like a good computer, I recommend putting on 100%. Now you can turn this on if you want to, just to show your FPS. Always have this on, and turn this off and turn this off. Alright, now to go over here. Change this to whatever, like, change it to the lowest MS. Like, you can even look down over here to the lowest MS. Which, I mean, you could put it on auto if you want to, but I'd recommend doing it like this. Personal choice for your language. Toggle sprint is what I use. I turn auto open doors so I can like immediately bust into a house or something. This is all your personal opinion, and people do change this a lot. Then for your building, this does not matter. You can, I would recommend having turbo building on, disable pre-edit option. Definitely have that on, because if you're like struggling with editing a lot and you're always like doing really fast edits and stuff, if you have this off, this is gonna mess you up and all your walls are gonna be like a door or something. The reset building choice is what I would have on, and I take this off just because it's very annoying. And the rest of this stuff, like replays, I turn this off just for a boost of FPS so it doesn't have to record and take up space. Okay, next. And here's where one of the warm-ups come in. The reticle or whatever. If you want to get good aim, I'll put 2 map codes on the screen to help you with your crosshair and stuff. I'd recommend turning this off if you're going to want to get better with aim, because then it's forcing you to think where the shot is going to be at, and really this is your crosshair. So if you turn that off and play like that, maybe for about a week, you're going to have god aim. So I recommend having this on, or off. Off to just train, but I would recommend having it on to in like normal matches or something. Now, damage numbers is, I do this a list so I can add it up. I'm not a big fan of this one where it just gives you the total. I don't really like it for some reason. I just find it very annoying, and I like this. This is something that you can change. This is like whenever you hit someone, it shows how much you hit them for and stuff. And like, you definitely don't want to have this off. You can have it to hit only or hits and icons. I like hidden icons. Now this is just the size of it, of how big the number is and stuff. Now you want to turn your elimination feed off too, because it gets in the way whenever you kill someone or someone else kill someone. Yeah, whatever. Just turn it off. And then all the rest of this stuff, just follow the rest of this stuff. This on, off, off. Just put that on. This is going to give you a big advantage of an FPS boost. And again, if you are playing on a console, it's probably not going to give you an FPS boost, but if you're struggling with this, I do recommend having this on. Okay, gyro aiming. Probably someone in the comments will give you some controller settings. This is just like the default, I'm pretty sure. I've never played with gyro aiming before, but like one time before. I'm not a huge fan, but if anyone has it, please comment it. Alright. Now, this is for keyboard players. If you want to have like some smooth building and stuff, I do recommend turning this both down to 10. And your targeting sensitivity would be 80.1%. I tried getting it to 80, but like it just wouldn't go to 80. Okay, there we go. Now it's 80. Change this to 80. Change this to 100. Building sensitivity. You can change this to whatever. I changed it to 130 and editing sensitivity to 100%. And again, I've been playing on keyboard for about 3 years now, so I do know what I'm doing. So, ignore gamepad input. This is something that I like to have off because I don't know why, I just like to have it off. And then use custom diagnose. I have no clue what it says. Let's see. Customize the direction of your diagonal movement when moving. Sure, you can have this on if you want to. And just copy these. This is just gonna help with like the mouse stuff and like mouse sensitivity multiplier for like aircraft steering. I mean, like we don't really have aircraft really anymore. And like really you can change this to whatever. Now for a controller, I am not a controller player, so someone in the comments will probably help you with a lot of this stuff. Like it's just a bunch of stuff I just put in because why not? Someone in the comments will probably give you something. Now this is something that I like to use. This can be your own personal choice. I do recommend having 3D headphones on because if there's a fight going on behind you, you'll hear it if you have good headphones. Or really, it doesn't really matter as long as you have headphones and you hear someone fighting behind you, you know where they are. So I do recommend having these on. I do like to have my sound quality high because I have some headphones that I don't want to brag, but like they're pretty expensive and it's made by a good brand. And then this is just my stuff, and like especially for recording purposes, I do recommend having this to mute all, so it takes off all copyright music like throughout. And then again, this can be your own. This is like this is all my keybinds and stuff. And for controllers, someone might have that in the comments. And this is just like personal info. And then, yeah, that is the best settings. So, yeah, that is the best settings for this season. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you had any trouble or this helped you. And I will see y'all in the next video.